action. So make sure you like, subscribe, and set notifications. Tons of free picks on our channel, so make sure you subscribe to us, like us, and set notifications. So when we're live, you're live with us to get the best numbers with these picks from our experts here at Tony'sPicks.com. I want to remind you of a few things. Our promo code, you can save 20% off all premium pick packages. When you use that promo code TonyT at checkout, you can access our page by clicking the link you see in the description. Click on the All Cappers tab and get signed up. Also, love to hear from you guys. Post your picks in the comments below. And our podcast is Tony's Picks. We put all of our shows and all of our pick in podcast form. Tony's Picks is a podcast available on all major platforms. Just do a search of Tony's Picks. So if you're driving, we love our truckers out there. You can get every pick from our channel on our podcast. So check us out there. A reminder about our website, Tony'sPicks.com. We're a multi-capper site showcasing top cappers in our industry. Click the links to the hot cappers. Click the sports that you're interested in, like today's an NFL day. You can check the NFL leaderboards as well, as we will showcase all the sports here for you there on the center of the page here, right in the center of it. Here you'll find it, as well as you can also scroll down and take a look at our featured picks here for today from our cappers. Our best bets, well, each capper can designate one of their, one pick per sport as a best bet. You see multiple best bets up there from Tiffany, who's been doing great on the site. She's in action here, college hoops, as well as NBA and NHL with best bets. We see Paul here with a couple of best bets, Nick as well. So lots of best bets here for Thursday action. And of course, make note here of our $15 premium pick. Each capper can designate one of their picks off their premium card as a $15 premium pick, just to introduce their service to new and existing customers. And many of them want to make great impressions because you see a lot of best bets there at that $15 price point. And our 3-pack, very good value there. So pick up a 3-pack or longer there on the site. Many of them are up on the site. We'll make note of our pick ticker. If you'd like to purchase your picks a la carte and knowing the team versus team information there you go. So if you're looking for a certain game, just check out our pick ticker for picks a la carte. All right, let's get the show rolling here. With us today, we have on our show today will be Ramon Scott and Mindy Hahn. So let's get underway here with game day picks. We'll go ahead and welcome in Mindy Hahn. You'll find her over at Tony'sPicks.com. Doing great work. Check her numbers out in the NBA and NHL of late. They've been on fire. So let's get Mindy ready to roll here on the show. Mindy, how's it going?
I'm doing well, Tony. How about yourself?
Doing great. All right, here we go tonight. We're going to the NFL. With you tonight. You're going to be looking at some player props here tonight as the Raiders take on the Rams.
Yeah, I promised Dave today from the morning Steam show that I would go over some player props because we forgot to do it here on this morning's shows here. I think it's going to be interesting here, the makeup of this game here. I don't know if you guys did, but it kind of reminds me of the book of Tale of Two Cities. I had to read that one in high school. But the first line of the book is, it was the best of times and it was the worst of times. This is a different Raiders and Rams team. If you take a look at them, weeks 1 through 10, then 11 through 13. So do we get the worst of these teams here for the Raiders or the best, right? So right now, I mean, if you take a look at the Raiders, they are in, they are the best in the NFL, 5.9 yards per carry here, where they were 29th before in weeks 1 through 10. The Raiders only had 1 sack week 1 through 10 and now have 11 in weeks 11 through 13. So I kind of think we're getting this new look Raiders team. And then the Rams did nothing but pass the ball weeks 1 through 11. Now they have this, a little bit of maybe quarterback controversy perhaps, but they've been running the ball now. Multiple facets here of the offense, using a little trickery, jet sweeps. I mean, they're going over 100 yards, but it's not with their running backs. It's with their wideouts. And, they're keeping everyone here on their toes. And I think that's what they're going to probably have to do here with the Raiders tonight. All right, so that's kind of the rundown of how I think this game might go here overall. So we're going to get into these player props here. So I don't know, maybe this one will be a little bit obvious, maybe not, but we'll be taking Davante Adams here, over 87.5 receiving yards here, at minus 115. Over the last 5 weeks, Davante's averaged 132 yards per game. And the Rams defenders have given up at least 166 yards per game to wideouts, which ranks them in the bottom 5 of the NFL. Now, I know Ramsey has limited Davante to 8 catches for 86 yards here in the past. But again, I think we're getting a new look at Raiders team here today. And again, this brings me into my next one then. That's going to be that we're going to say that the longest play or the catch for Davante is going to be over the 26.5 yards today. You can also get that one at -115. We know Derrick Carr is one of the most accurate, passers here, deep ball passers, especially in the NFL here. So, I mean, I think that, he's really going to turn to Davante in this one, especially because I think Carr's going to have a little bit more time today with Donald out. I'll say here that as we get into these red zone areas, the Rams team, they're, top 5 or could be considered, maybe I think second in, red zone defense. So I think they might have to look to the pass here in this one today. And also maybe, it's a 15-yard pass play and yards after catch gets you over that 26.5 yards here today. And then lastly, I think because of, the deep ball threats, I think Carr might have to, get passes out a little bit quicker than usual to keep this Rams team here on their toes. I think Derrick Carr is going to go over 250 yards passing here today. There was only one other time this season he has not made it over 250 yards passing, and that was when he was at 248, with the Colts here again. So rank, these Raiders, they rank 28th in the red zone, themselves. That's why I think this one might be, a little bit more high scoring here today. So, I mean, I expect then to, Carr not just to be handing the ball off, full time here. I do think he's going to have to pass the ball here today and get him up over those yards. So those are my 3 player props here for today, Tony.
All right, Mindy here with 3 player props for you here on the show. Davante Adams over 87.5 receiving yards, -115. Longest reception over 26.5 for Davante. And then, of course, Derrick Carr over 250 passing yards here at -115. Yeah, I'm there with you there. When you look at the Rams' pass defense over the past 3 games, they're getting torched here. They're giving up over 300 yards passing per game. And, of course, as you mentioned, Donald out is a big deal here for the Rams pass rush. They're also going to be out with the linebacker. They have a corner that's also questionable in this game. And, of course, we don't have to worry about the Rams offense. Well, maybe you should, because more opportunities for the Raiders, right? If they're having struggles moving the football, then the Raiders will have more possessions in this game. So that's something also to factor in. And, of course, there'll be about 63% Raider fans at this game, according to some of the ticket brokers. As, of course, the Raiders come to Southern California, they're going to flock over here. And not only from Vegas, there's a huge fan base for the Raiders out here in Southern California already. And I know many of them. And there's some. They'll be in attendance. They'll be in attendance today. So you guys can check that out. And and also too, as you mentioned here about handing the football off, when you go back and look at the coach here for the Raiders, a former Patriot offensive coordinator. If you remember back with the Patriots day, they pretty much preserved their running backs. They'd run them hard. Then they would run with their carries. Remember, they used to have a lot of running backs carry the football. I know they're very dependent on Jacobs, but I can see this as an opportunity. Hey, it's a short week. We've asked a lot from Jacobs over the past couple of weeks. Let's kind of cut down the carries. We can beat this team through the air and kind of move the football through the air. And let's just try to preserve Jacobs for the close of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with that. That's why I think, you might get, one of those, I kind of looked at maybe that over 6.5 receptions for Jacob, because I think that, he may actually have a better chance at that rather than, I don't really think, like you said, that they're going to put him in that situation of the ground and pound, especially when, we know that red zone defense is stout. We know that the rush defense is pretty stout here for the Rams as well. So, I mean, I do think there is, some concern with Jacobs going ahead and getting a lot of, rush attempts here today. I would see more outlet passes, just in case they're starting to get to, Carr a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, I tend to agree with you there that Jacobs isn't going to be the main focus of this game here today.
Yeah, with no Donald, and of course the Rams giving up 300 yards passing over their past 3 games. I think there's an opportunity there to beat them through the air and kind of run the ball through the air and try to limit the Jacobs run between the tackles in this short week. I was making a note here with that McCaffrey last year, right? When he was injured in that Thursday night game for Carolina early in the season. Of course, they asked a lot of him, and it just came to mind again when you're asking a lot of a running back. These short weeks are something you've got to be very careful with. All right, we got Mindy here. Davante Adams over 87.5 receiving yards. Long reception over 26.5, plus Derrick Carr over 250 passing yards. And this game will be, of course, at 8:15 Eastern Time over on Amazon Prime. All right, Mindy, let's take a look over at Tony's picks for today's action. Of course, great results NHL as well as NBA. You're putting some good numbers in the NBA as well. And of course, tonight we've got NBA action as well as games here on the ice, college hoops as well, NFL game. What do you have going over at Tony's picks?
Yeah, I mean, so it's kind of a small card here today for the NBA, but I did find one play that I really like, so I did go ahead and put that one up as my best bet. I am on a pretty good run, like you had said, 15-7 plus 730 units here. And also, if you just take a look at just my totals that I've been putting up for NBA, since Tony gave us this nice new feature for all you folks to check out, I'm 41-28. Plus 1,007 units just on the totals here this season. Then I have 3 plays in the NHL tonight. I swept again yesterday, went 2-0. Plus 1955 units there. And then also on a 28-9 run on the totals. So plus 1835 units there. Do have, a couple of, I think, pretty good, nice plays here in college basketball here today. And then you can also check back between 4 and 6 p.m. here Central Time. May have a late steam play coming in for college basketball. I'm looking at a total. I'm hoping it comes in at a point or so better. If that does occur, I will be in there in action on the late steam. And if you take a look at my late steam for college basketball, I am 13-8 when it comes to those last, minute plays or last 2-hour plays, I guess you would say. 13-8 there, plus 410 units on the late steam. So be on the lookout, and you can find that over on the home screen. If you go ahead and go down, or I guess you could find it on my all cappers tab as well. You see a little notation in green that will say late steam, and so that's a play that you should be looking out for there. And then also, I'm part of, the Morning Steam team with all of our chatters out there, and Ramon, our awesome host. And if you take a look at that, we're 16-6 plus 940 units there on the totals as well. So been hitting pretty hot here in the totals. We're kind of running that way here today a little bit too. I think those have been my best plays as of late, so going to stick with that. And so anyway, you can go ahead and check those plays out, come back between 4 and 6, see if it's on there. You can also go ahead and think about maybe getting something a little bit longer term, month-long package, where it will get you into some of those bowl games already, and also get the bigger bang for your buck. So the more you can minimize the cost per play, the more money that goes back in your pocket, and take that 20% off code using Tony T at checkout.
That's right. Get on board with Mindy over at Tony'sPicks.com. We showed the great records she put up there in NHL as well as in the NBA over the past 7 days. They've been pretty impressive here with Mindy here posting from the NBA 730 units of profit over the last 7 days. In the NHL, it's been well over almost 2,000 units of profit for tonight from Mindy over at Tony's Picks. Mindy is in action here with an NHL 3-pack as well as a big 7-pack here from crossing over 4 sports here: NFL, NHL, NBA, and college basketball with that 7-pack. And of course, we got Mindy here with a bookie buster best bet. A lot of best bets here on the board tonight from NHL, NBA, NFL. And as Mindy was talking about, the long-term passes will serve you well. We've got the 1-month all sports pass. Of course, that will include all 41 bowl games because this pass will expire on January 7th. So all the 41 bowl games in action here, all our NBA, all our NFL, all our NHL. In that 1-month all sports pass. Also, you can also try Mindy out with that 3-day all sports pass if you just want to try it out today. Instead of buying all these plays individually, she does have a 3-day all sports pass, which is a really good value there at $99. Of course, remember that promo code Tony T at checkout will knock 20% off. That will turn that pass to a $79 pass for that 3-day all sports pass. Of course, you could use it as many times as you want. You want to buy multiple packages with that, you can. I will make note here on this 3-day all sports pass because that also includes all of Mindy's late steam plays. And Mindy mentioned that we allow our cappers now at many sites, they put a time restriction on when you can post your picks with us, like we're the same with all our members picks. We want them in by 11 a.m. Eastern time. But after that, a lot of site owners don't want you putting anything in there because the customers will not get those plays, right? Well, what we've done here at Tony's Picks is we incorporated a late steam feature where the cappers can post a pick between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time. Any customer who is subscribed to a long-term pass for any of our handicappers, whatever length of time it covers, as long as that day is covered, whether it's a 1-year pass, 30-day pass, 3-day pass, as long as that day is part of that pass, that late steam play is emailed you directly to your inbox, and it's the email that you use to sign into our site as a member. So the late steam plays 10 minutes between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time. Any capper that puts in those plays within that time frame, that pick as a Mindy's long-term subscriber, that pick is emailed right into your inbox. There's no sign-in process. We get you the pick right in your box, and you will have a 5-minute exclusive period there to take action. And after 5 minutes, it gets put for sale on the pick ticker. So you got a 5-minute exclusive window there with that late steam play. So keep an eye on that 3-day pass. I think the 3-day pass, if you want to try out Mindy instead of buying the plays individually, just get the 3-day pass, because when you do the math, it's $99. You take the 20% off, it's $79. It's a very good value there. It's almost like $27 a day. So get that 3-day pass for Mindy. I know it's not profit guarantee, but again, the price is it's a really good price there, right? You can't beat it. So the 3-day pass is a really good package just to get introduced to Mindy's service. The individual plays are there, but again, if you're looking for the best value, I really think that the 3-day pass, especially as Mindy has high velocity of late steam plays in there, she does put some in there. I don't know what the velocity red runs, but I see a lot of hers up there. But you will get those in your inbox, and that's probably that's very valuable there, because those late plays are going to hit a higher rate, because again, all the late information's in. We'll get the better number and so forth. So that 3-day pass is a great value there, so get on board with it. Of course, don't forget to use that promo code with Mindy. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. That will knock off $20 off that 3-day All Sports Pass. You can access Mindy's page by clicking the link you see in the description. Click the All Cappers tab, and you'll land on Mindy's page. And there you go. Just scroll down. You look for the yellow here, and you'll find Mindy's 3-day pass. All right, Mindy, we've also put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony's Picks Mindy, so people on Twitter can find other picks there from you that you released.
Yeah, that's right. You can just go to Tony's Picks Mindy on Twitter, and we put out additional free picks for you there. So you get a ton of variety of picks from all the cappers at tonyspicks.com. Then go ahead and, like I said, go ahead and do a like, and then click on the notifications so you get those every time we put those out. Usually come out about 1 p.m. Central Time every day, so it gives you ample time to get more plays in there as well. And then also you can catch me and Ramon in the mornings. Tomorrow we get a day off to sleep in a little bit, get recharged here for the weekend. But yeah, come Saturday we will be doing, a little bit of college football, just a little bit. And then, of course, we're going to go through all of the cards for the NBA and NHL. And then also you'll find some college basketball. We usually go ahead and pick out, the best matchups of the day, as many as we can do to keep our, number of plays around 20, 25 per day that we offer you, so we don't have to keep you for too long. We try to do an hour, hour and a half or so every day where you can get the morning steam. And that's where, we have Ramon. He's already out there. He's ahead of me when it comes to these college football bowls. He's already on top of the steam, already putting plays in there. So it's a good time to make sure you watch the show, get in the chat room. We had lots of folks in there today helping us out with the plays. We got a lot of educated folks in there helping us out with getting those. And we've been hitting at, like I said, pretty high ratio here as of late. So we're ready to keep, that going as well. So hopefully you can join us 8 a.m. Saturday through Thursday.
That's right, 9 a.m. Eastern time, whereas Mindy's on Mindy time. It's 9 a.m. Eastern time there, 8 Mindy. So, guys, check out Mindy and Ramon here on the Morning Steam, Saturdays through Thursday, 9 a.m. Eastern time, 8 a.m. Mindy. And you guys will be able to get all the nice plays there from Mindy. And, of course, make sure you check them out there. And, of course, Mindy's on the Twitter, Tony's Picks Mindy. Check it out, if you would. All right, Mindy, as always, great having you show. Keep up that great work, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one.
You got it. Mindy Hahn here on Game Day Picks. Guys, we're with you here on Game Day Picks Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure to like, subscribe, set those notifications. We want you guys to be live with us to get the best numbers from our cappers when they give out these great picks here on our show. Next up is Ramon Scott. You'll find him over at tonyspicks.com, part of the Morning Steam. Saturday through Thursday here at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Ramon, what's happening?
Hi, Tony. Good to be with you today.
Great to have you. Tonight we're going to the ice here with Ramon. We got the Stars here to host the Senators here. Stars lane minus 200, total 6.5.
Yeah, big favorite here are the Stars against the Senators, even though they're coming off a loss, their first shutout of the season last game against Toronto. The Stars went down to defeat, but they're still having a pretty good year so far, 14-7-5 this year in Ottawa. Well, maybe they have not lived up to expectations. Everybody thought they'd be much improved, and it hasn't quite worked out. 10-14-1 right now for the Senators. So maybe we can get to the bottom of it, but I'm just going to look really at this contest. Ottawa coming in, they lost to LA 5-2, a game I went against the Kings for some reason, and Ottawa fell behind 4-1 in the game. Kings went out and blitzed them in the early going, so they didn't get off to too great a start in that one. Ottawa's on their dad trip. That's not the way to impress your father. They take the dads on for a road trip to a couple of cities, and they laid an egg in the first period. So you wonder if a little bit of a distraction, kind of, if you will. Dad's in tow, have probably breakfast and dinner with dad on the trip in that game. I don't know. Kings playing pretty well, but so Dallas here against Ottawa as they come in. Dallas was a strong defensive team. Remember, they had a string of unders last season. This year, they've become more known for their offense this year, really a top scoring unit in the league right now, but they still are allowing just 2.85 goals a game. Ottinger's turned into one of the better goalies in the league, a guy who kind of was thrust into the position as the starter and then the main guy for Dallas. Well, he's turned out to be pretty good here. 2.54 goals against average and a 91% save percentage. Dallas has gone under in three. They've gone 3-6-1 to the under in their last 10, including 4 of their last 5 games. His teams met back on October 24th. Final score 4-2. Dallas won that one at Ottawa. So Ottawa, for what is supposed to be an improved offense, they haven't been scoring too well of late either. They'll have Forsberg in the lineup today, but Ottawa's still been an under team this season at 10-15 to the under. Forsberg, he's 5-7-1 with a 3.2 goals against and a 91% save percentage. Ottawa had gone under in 8 straight games until their last 2 games did go over, including that 5-2 loss to the Kings. But Ottawa's gone under now in 10 of their last 12 games and 8 of their last 11 games on the road, including 6 straight on the road. And Ottawa's also gone 6-13-1 to the under against teams above 500, like the Stars here in the series. Also has gone 4-1 to the under, 1-4, I might say, to the under in the last 5 matchups. So Dallas pretty good on the penalty kill. It's 84%. That's one thing they do well as well. So I've got it going under. It seems like the public sentiment's kind of taken this one over, but boy, you see the 6.5 there. But one thing it's not noted on our scoreboard is probably going to get even money on the under in this one. Maybe lay a $1.05, but over is kind of juiced, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Tony, you can check the odds board out for me, but I've got under in this one 6.5 with Ottawa on the road on the dad trip. Watch this, Dad. Can't even score against Dallas tonight.
All right, Ramon, we got Ramon here on record here with the under here at 6.5. And of course, you're looking at this Ottawa team. You have both, as you mentioned, both teams trending under, and also Ottawa under in 6 straight here away from home.
Yeah, and that's one thing that they tried to get going this year. They tried to beef up the offense a little bit, and they did. There have been some positive returns, but it just seems like we're kind of getting back to old Ottawa again. They're kind of up and down, if you will. They can have some standout performances. They got Brady Tkachuk. He's supposed to be their key, but he's still got only 12 goals on the season. So, it's kind of been tough sledding. And a team like Dallas, I still My own personal perception is them as a defensive team, especially at home. I mean, last year they grinded out so many low-scoring wins. Yes, they've turned it up a notch this year to become a bit more high-scoring, but have some concerns about their offense. Long term, I would think if they can sustain what they've been up to so far. I don't know if it was a necessarily a big surprise that Ottawa has become more of an offensive team this year. I think I was surprised that they've scored as well as they did, but still, Ottinger has been one of the toughest guys in goal this season. Really been one of the more pleasant surprises for Dallas to have a good goaltending. So Ottawa, yeah, this 2-game, just a 2-game trip. So we'll see if they can put a few up, but I've got this one going under.
Going under. A lot of line variances here with this total. I'm seeing 6.5. There's some juice minus 133 at a very sharp offshore book. I'm seeing the under juice at minus 120 at a sharp Vegas Vegas book. So you're reading a lot of spreads here in this one. I'm even seeing a 6 in the market at minus 130. So a lot of this is spread out throughout here, the marketplace here, where we're seeing under and over being juiced. But see, with this one, you definitely want to do your shopping on.
Wow, I didn't realize that so many. Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, I'm showing some major books certainly getting plus money, even plus 105 at some books. So, boy, if you see that type of variance, you kind of wonder what some of the books are up to necessarily. I mean, it seems like, I don't know. To me, I'm showing sharper books that are certainly juiced to the over. And
overs
it's
on
a
the
big
sharper
factor.
ones, yeah.
Okay, and it's a big factor. I mean, it's one of the things I've actually discussed on the morning.
Yeah, it's a Vegas sharp versus the offshore sharps. The Vegas sharps are on the under, the offshore sharps on the over.
Interesting point. I know a lot of people, still hesitate. I'm not going to go down that path talking about, playing offshore and playing with legal U.S. books, certainly. But for me, when I'm talking about hockey totals, there's only really, Tony, yes, okay, there's occasionally a 5, especially in the playoffs. We do see some 7s now and then on the board, and a lot of places will let you buy up and down, but really in hockey, you can only have 5, 6, or 5.5, 6, or 6.5. So the juice is the most important thing. It's often taken for granted, I think, especially in the talking heads, about where the juice lies on a total. I know disrespect if we just listed there on the screen, but I think too many times people are still just willing to pull the trigger on a total over or under without knowing that they're, especially if they're laying, $1.25 or higher on a juiced total. So it's one of the most overlooked gambling stats in hockey for sure. So,
yep.
Just an aside there.
We got Ramon here. Senators Stars under 6.5. This one will have a start time here of 8:30 Eastern time. Right, Ramon? Let's take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com for today's action. We've got some NBA on the board, NHL and college hoops. Of course, that NFL game, Raiders and the Rams. Ramon showing good profit here in the NHL as well over the year. For the year, great profit in the NBA, over 1,650 units of profit. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, the Rams and the Raiders have a very good season. I'm not going to lose much sleep over that, but I'll be watching tonight and taking a look at that game. Mindy and I are involved with Team Steam over there today in the Raiders and Rams game. You talk about the Raiders fans, coming back to LA for a pseudo home game in that one. So for me, I'll be involved tonight, Tony, in college basketball with a 3-pack tonight. Just an 8-game card tonight in college basketball, and we'll be in action with a 3-pack over there. And Mindy and I also have a play with Team Steam as well. I don't want to overlook our efforts that we have with our chat room. I want to give them a shout out over there when they help us with our consensus plays. And I'll be involved tonight in the NBA. You see it there, my Thursday night discount, my $10 Tony's Picks special, the best bet, $15. It's in the NBA tonight, 3-game card. Mindy and I are locked in on 2 of them with Team's Team, and I've got the other game as well tonight. Head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Pick up my NBA discount best bet tonight. Also, in the NHL, just one play for me on the ice. Mindy and I have a 3-pack with Team's Team, so I've got one play over there tonight over at Tony's Picks, and I've also put them all together, a 5-pack of plays, the multi-sport 5-pack right there, get you all 5 of my premium plays. That's a light night for me, Tony. 5 plays on the board on this card where there's a variety, quality over quantity maybe tonight with tonight's card, the 4 major sports that are in play, 4 major, betting cards, if you will, that are in play tonight. So I've touched on all of them. And but in that multi-sport 5-pack, it's just the basketball and the hockey game that are involved in that one. So head on over to Tony'sPicks.com and use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Saves you 20% off all packages. Also, maybe hook up with me for a 3-day pass. Get through maybe through Saturday or even through Sunday, get my early plays for the NFL. There's UFC 282 on Saturday. I'll probably be involved in that card, that's for sure. In the big World Cup games, we're ready to fire it up back in Qatar. 8 teams are left, Tony. Really, 7 that we thought were there, maybe 1 we didn't think would be there, but we're ready to go back to action in Qatar with the heavyweights as well. You figure Brazil, you figure France looking great as well. I don't know how deep they can, get with some of the teams if they have realistic chances. But they're still alive with 8 teams left in Qatar, so any of them can win it. Even Morocco, who's looked terrific. So World Cup resumes in action this weekend. Those elimination games, we try to whittle it down before the final, just getting close to the finish of the World Cup in December, amazingly enough. So big time action this weekend over at Tony'sPicks.com. Get with me or any of the other handicappers over at Tony's Picks.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Ramon Scott over at Tony'sPicks.com. Action today in a multi-sport 5-pack, as you see there. Also with a college basketball 3-pack, some best bets up there on the ice and from the NBA. So good time to get on board here with Ramon Scott over at Tony'sPicks.com. I'd like to show the full record here for Ramon because it's been impressive. We'll put it on the full screen for you here. As you can see, the numbers here for 2022. 3,147 units of profit documented in NHL. 1656 in the NBA. Had a really good summer league, so you combine those numbers, that's 2,300 units of profit in NBA and summer for this season. College football, 634. Remember, we got the bowl games coming up. Great job with the regional NCAA regional baseball that we document. NFL, 516 units of profit. MMA, 373 units of profit. Concluded a winning CFL season as well, so you can see the great results that Ramon is putting up there at Tony'sPicks.com. So once you get on board here, Ramon here with his plays for tonight. As we mentioned in the previous segment, probably a good value here is to get the longer term pass. If a 1-month pass is within your budget, you get all of Ramon's premium plays for a month. That would include all 41 bowl games, include all his NFL. It would include all his NBA, college hoops, and NHL, and of course some of the peripheral sports that Ramon gets involved in, which would be his plays here from MMA and the World Cup as we hit the quarterfinal rounds with these 4 games Friday and Saturday. So we'll get that 1-month pass. Also, you may consider, if you want to try out Ramon, we talked about that 3-day all sports pass. That's a really good value there. All Ramon's premium plays for 3 days. Instead of buying all these plays individually, just get the 3-day pass. All the sports are covered, as we talked about here, as well as the World Cup action, right? World Cup, so we got Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So the World Cup is covered. The MMA card on Saturday is covered. So a great value there with that 3-day all sports pass. When you use that promo code TonyT at checkout, you'll save 20% off. So we'll knock $20 off that price point. So really good value there on that 3-day pass. And of course, that will also include, if Ramon loads any late steam plays. The late steam plays are picks that the cappers put in between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time. Those plays are emailed directly into your email, the email that you use to sign in as a member here at Tony'sPicks.com. So that's important there with the late steam plays included on that 3-day all sports pass. Not on the 1-day pass or not. That's a fixed game package sale there. But again, you notice it is in yellow. It's not profit guaranteed, but hey, you're at that price, you're already getting a significant discount, right? If you did the math, it would be like $33 a day. Then you take off the 20% off, then with another $7 off that, right? So you're looking at about $26 a day for Ramon's, all of Ramon's premium plays here, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So great value there. Get that 3-day pass. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save that 20% off. You're ready to roll. All right, Ramon, we've put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony's Picks Ramon, as well as, of course, that morning steam show with you and Mindy in the mornings.
Yeah, thanks a lot for that, Tony. I love looking at that list, but I'm going to get college basketball. It's not on that list. And if you click on the 30-day, I'm not telling you to do it now, but click on the 30-day. I got my college basketball up there, so it was just a slow start, and I'm really recovering now, getting to about ready to have college basketball on that list of profitable sports, just maybe a day or two away if we just knock one out of the park. And also I put some beta in on Euro League. They're playing right now. I've been watching a few games today, and maybe ready to come in. They're about 8 or 9 games into the season there, maybe a little more, but was watching some EuroLeague baskets today, so maybe come in with some of that in the weeks to come. Hey, go on over to Twitter and pick up my free play on Twitter at Tony's Picks Ramon. And today's game is between Jacksonville State and Utah. I got a free play up there. Follow all the handicappers at Tony's Picks on Twitter. Just follow along. You can get a stream of, you can make a list. You can make a list of, because Twitter has that feature. You can go to list, you can make a list, you can put all of the Tony's handicappers up there, and then you can click on your list every day and have about anywhere from 5 to a dozen plays from the handicappers every day, extra plays from the group at Tony's Picks. We'll be back on Saturday with more previews with the morning steam. Mindy and I will be previewing the weekend action, including Army, Navy, on Saturday. Tony will be looking at that game. Will it be another under? Just caution everybody, Tony, is, 32 and a half right now. Yes, they've had a million unders in a row. Every military game goes under. If you look at this total comparatively to what the final score actually is, it actually goes over this number quite a bit. So you really have to handicap this one pretty sharp if you think we can we squeeze another under out of the service academies in the big Army-Navy game this week. We'll preview it on Saturday, as well as NBA, NHL, and probably talk a little college basketball as well, which is getting right into the swing of things. Bowl season coming up, NFL playoffs this weekend. We'll preview everything on the morning steam on Saturday and Sunday. The weekends, Mindy and I are with you. 6 a.m. Pacific and 9 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, 8 a.m. Mindy. So great time over there with the group in the chat, and it shows the impact they have. Tony, they told us to do some player props, and Mindy came on and did some player props. So full service over there at the morning steam. Whatever the cappers want to hear from us, that's what we're willing to do. We said, put in the suggestions. What do you want to hear? What do you want us to preview? What do you want us to make picks on? And Mindy responded by doing that. So it just shows you the, attentiveness that we're paying to our followers in that chat room and building it up and getting the views every day. We're really happy about getting upwards of 250, 350, 400 views on that show. It makes us feel like, we have a little community there. It's been awesome.
That's right. Great community there with the morning steam. Check it out here. Saturdays through Thursday from 9 a.m. Eastern time. You can go back and check out the replay. There's still fresh content. Nothing started. So you can go back there and check it out for the content for today's action. Of course, those of you that commute, we know that it's the mid-afternoon. Many of you are at work right now. Make it your commute to listen to the morning steam. We put every pick and every show in podcast form, and Tony's Picks podcast available on all major platforms. You can listen to the morning steam. Their show today, about an hour and a half is usually the length of the show. So take a listen on your way home from work, or to our truckers out there, find our podcast. I know you guys love to bet there, especially you guys. You pass through several state lines, and you guys have a lot of apps going on with you. So take a listen to that morning steam. All right, Ramon, as always, great having you on the show. Keep up the great work. I think we're going to miss you tomorrow, but we'll talk to you Monday.
Great. See you then. Thanks a lot, Tony.
You got it. Ramon here on Game Day Picks. Guys, you're with us here at Game Day Picks Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications. We want you guys live with us, but more importantly, subscribe to our channel. Really want you guys to get notified of all our picks and the content we have, morning Steam shows, and of course, we load lots of free picks at Tony'sPicks.com. I mean, lots of free picks. So make sure you get notified when your favorite pick comes along. You'll be able to find it. All right, now it's time for my play. Let's get to it. Been a line move here. It's been it's moved down and it's moved back up again. This was an opener of 7.5 at open. There is no news here, no injury news I can find in this game. And then now it was down to 3 as I was preparing the graphics. Now it's come back up to 3. There's been some buyback, as you would imagine here. Iowa State now at 3.5, and I'm going to be on the Iowa side. Iowa's home court's pretty good. They're against Iowa State in this one, and it'll be on Fox Sports 1. Iowa State off to a pretty good start, 7-1. They did have that home win to St. John's. Cyclones' own loss came to UConn, which is a fantastic team. You know, Iowa State, really a strong defensive team, sitting 13th in defensive efficiency, best in the nation in forcing turnovers, and they limit their opponents to 26% from 3. But for the Cyclones, shooting's an issue with 32% from 3. 50% inside. Iowa, though, that's pretty good inside, but the three-point shooting is the issue. And we know Iowa's 6-2. Had that neutral court loss to Duke. Their other defeat came to a neutral court to TCU by 13, but that was a back-to-back game in one of those tournaments. But the Hawkeyes, good offensive team, 6 in offensive efficiency, good ball security, 53% with their 2-point shooting. Now they got to get the 3-point shooting up. Iowa has had some struggles on the defensive glass, but again, defensively they hold teams at 32% from 3, 46% around the bucket. And of course, when you look at that Duke game, that was played in an NBA arena in MSG. They were just ice cold from 3, just 3 of 16. We see that a lot with teams. When they go into those NBA arenas, they have trouble knocking down the threes. They did there, but at home, the Hawkeyes, here's the numbers here. At home, the Hawkeyes hit 51% from the field, 40% from 3. And again, you look at the issue for the Cyclones, poor 3-point shooting, defensive rebounding here. So I'll be here on Iowa here on the home court, laying the 3.5 here against Iowa State. All right, guys, check out Tony'sPicks.com. I have a lot going on up there. I've got a best bet from the NFL tonight, as well as a 3-pack here in hoops. I've got NBA and college basketball put together into a 3-pack. So I've got my hoops package up for you. So here we go. So we have the best bet tonight from the NFL. Then we have a 3-pack where we have 2 NBA plays as well as a college play. It's in this 3-pack, so go ahead and get signed up for those. Remember, these are in orange, so they're profit guaranteed. It must turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credited back to your account for site credits. That is profit guarantee there. So check it out there at Tony'sPicks.com. Get signed up. I also have the longer term passes, and we mentioned again the 1-month pass will include all of my bowl plays here, all 41 bowls, as well as NBA and college hoops. And NFL here for 1 month on that 1 month pass. 3-day pass is also a good value there. Again, use that promo code TonyT at checkout. We'll knock 20% off. So go ahead and get signed up. All right, let's continue on here with the show. It's now time to recap today's games, and we'll put them up for you right now. We had Mindy with some player props here. Davante Adams over 87.5 receiving yards, minus 115. Longest reception over 26.5 yards, minus 115 for Davante Adams. Also like Derrick Carr to go over 250 passing yards, minus 115. Ramon, Senator Stars under 6.5. And I will be on Iowa here, laying the 3.5 against Iowa State. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition of Game Day Picks. Guys, be sure to tune in again tomorrow live here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers in from Tony's Picks, and we'll give out live free picks for the games there for Friday, so make sure you just tune in then. All right, let's go ahead and bring in our crew from today. We're going to go ahead and wave goodbye to you guys. You guys have a great evening, afternoon. We'll talk with you again here tomorrow on Game Day Picks.